You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
What's up, punters and dribblers? Welcome back to another episode of All Talk. It's Tom and Eddie here. Hello Sport Podcast. G'day. All Talk's brought to you by Good Day Daily Multivitamins.
Better fucking believe it is, Tom.
Better believe it. Head to begoodhealth.com.au. Use the code DRIBBLER. Dribblers. I'll get that right one day. That'll get you 10% off. If you pair that with a subscription, it's 20% off. There's never a bad time to start taking your health seriously. It's literally the least you can do. This week on the show, on All Talk, we're speaking to rugby union convert to rugby league, Mark Nawaqanitawase. He was the best player in rugby union in the Australian setup when he left.
Particularly that World Cup.
Comfortably in the World Cup.
Which we don't really dwell on.
We don't dwell on the World Cup because obviously Eddie Jones and that. We do talk about it with Mark here though, but he was the greatest Australian rugby player and one of the greatest rugby players in the world at the time that he left rugby union to come over to rugby league where he's joined the Roosters.
Glamour signing at a Glamour club.
Signing at a Glamour club. He's just re-signed as an ambassador with Under Armour, which we'll hear a bit more about in the chat. But it was good to sit down with him. Hardest name in rugby league, obviously.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Not for me, though.
No, well, I mean, you're elite, Tom. You're best in class.
Yep.
You need to give lessons to your good mate.
Go. What's his last name?
Mark Nawaqanitawase.
Yeah, we go. Here he is. Listen, you're a rugby league man now, but when you were a rugby union man, some of the merch that the Wallabies would produce was just ridiculous. Well, we found, and so $1,000 artisanal rugby union football.
$1,000.
$1,000. Listen, it was a dumb. It's not a flex. It's a dumb way to spend money. But we were just like, this is so dumb that we need to get an artisanal.
Give him a smell.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Give him a smell. Give him a hold.
The leather.
Would they try?
These are also the boot covers.
$1,000 in a shoebox.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah,
exactly.
man. So, well, it's a great point. It should be in a leather.
It smells.
It smells pretty.
It smells unbelievable.
Yeah.
But it should be in a leather box.
Leather box, and these are for labourers to cover your boots.
We bought them as well.
We bought those too.
Could you imagine
Very
wearing them?
handy in here.
Imagine wearing them on the work side.
Ridiculous.
Oh, we're gonna wear them over the top of the RMs.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, listen, that's why we got the artisanal ball here. But listen, you have a feel of it, mate. I know you're a league
Look at
man.
that.
You're a league man now, but
Yeah, it's
Did they
proper leather.
offer? Did they offer them up to you?
I'm surprised
try and
they
help you.
haven't.
Try and keep you in the game.
None of these,
yeah, no, they didn't add that into the contract. It's funny because then you go to rugby league and it's like we were on the site the other day, the merch site, and it was blazers with just the Roosters logo just all over it, or the Manly logo all over it. They're a little bit less.
Like suits.
Yeah,
suits
full
with the
suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Anyway. How you enjoying the rugby league transition?
Yeah, mate, I'm having some really good fun. It's been a bit tough, some parts of it, realizing some things that I never knew I could do.
What
physically?
So you've improved in areas?
I've definitely improved, physically, just with the, just the way the game is. It's so quick and there's so much running and contact. So it's been a big increase from what I'm used to.
Is that just purely down to the way the game is played, or is it that you actually have found that the way that you're trained is different? Are they putting you through your paces harder?
Yeah, no, definitely. Just because the game is so differently played. There's a lot more ball in play time. There's not as many stoppages.
Yeah.
So, at training we have to keep running. Don't stop running.
Yeah.
Don't stop. Obviously, the contact, mate. We're obviously wrestling in union was pretty much non-existent. I'm doing it 3-4 times a day. 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
Which is
Is that how much wrestling there is now?
Well, pre-season, mate. We're wrestling every day, so it's a big part of the game. Obviously, we need to fix that up a little bit. I think with all the training that we've been doing, we haven't had the best start, but
Trials. Trials, mate. Listen.
Thank you. You stole.
Well, when you're in the room, we will give you a pass for trials, and then when you're not in the room, we'll be like, fucking hell.
Well, yeah, we were saying that maybe Police might have Trent Robinson shot.
Yeah, we were concerned about whether that was going to happen.
So
you don't need to comment on that.
Was that an eye opener? A rugby league preseason? You just hear so many people just go, "It's brutal stuff."
Yeah. Look, I knew about the reputation that it had. So I came in thinking, okay, yeah, like it's going to be tough. It exceeded it, by far. And we didn't even do an army camp, and I'm hearing army camps are like,
you hear about those army camps, they sound awful.
Yeah, so I guess I was fortunate in that side of it, not getting an army camp. But it's definitely next level of pre-seasons out there. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. So.
What's the fitness test they're doing now? We're from an era where the beep test reigned supreme.
Yeah, we're beep test guys.
Yeah,
we've done one. Didn't release a footage.
We've actually created our own beep test, which we never released, but it's us.
Did we not release it?
Nah, it's around somewhere, but we just voiced it. And we give you fucking work hard.
Work harder, you prick. Like that sort of stuff. I reckon that would. Anyway, we might
release that one day. Yeah. It's only been 8 years.
What's the fitness test now? The Roosters.
Yeah, well, mate. There's the Bronco test, which is the 20, 40, 60 back 5 times, and then we actually do the other one as well, which is called the yo-yo.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, so that's like the beep test, but rather than just going to the other line and stopping, you go to the other line and then you got to come back.
Before the beep.
Yeah.
So the beep is up and back.
Oh, yeah.
Beep, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Jesus.
Yeah, so it's similar to the beep test, but we do both tests and multiple times. So let me tell you this, my first day of preseason, NRL preseason, I'm super excited. Okay, whatever. I'm going to do some testing, I know. What happens? We run 2 Broncos back to back.
Oh my God. Do you know you're doing 2 or do they do one and they...
Okay, guys, just come to the field. We've got to do a quick test and then we'll go back. Rock up to the field. Okay, Bronco. It's about 5 minutes of work for me. If you're really good, 4 minutes, 30, whatever. Mate, run the first Bronco and then it's like, okay, boys, walk recovery to the other line. He walks us to Jonesy, our performance trainer. Walks us to the line, and then we get there. Everyone's obviously, they've just exerted all their, energy. Okay, boys, turn around. 30 seconds, we're going to run it again.
Oh, my... I would be so crushed.
We'd be in bits. But, because everyone I imagine in that environment is, you are wanting to impress your coaches. You want to seem like the dog, you don't want to be...
Yeah.
Is anyone going, fuck? Or is everyone just like, yep, righto, sweet, we're doing it? Do you know what I mean? Do people audibly go fuck this shit?
I think everybody's heart sank straight away. It's everyone's just like, what the heck? Because it's you've already done the Bronco. You've already done the
You've
test
already done it. And you've tried probably as hard as
you think. First day you want it, and then you have to run it again. Oh.
How'd you go the second time?
No. You should have seen the scores after it. You've gone from 5 minutes to 7 minutes.
Yeah, right.
A full blowout.
Oh,
who's the king?
Mate, the king. So obviously we've run it a couple of times. The king, I'd say Connor Watson.
Oh yeah, love Connor.
He's got an engine on him.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop running. So
and a head of hair and some boyish good looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gorgeous.
Oh, he's gorgeous. Not even boyish, mannish good looks.
Well, no, boyish, no.
Model
he's all man.
Yeah, he's hot.
He's all man.
And clearly has an engine on him, so he can go all night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was wrestling hard to pick up? Obviously there's a skill to it, right?
Yeah.
That's the point. Was that difficult? Did you feel like you were well behind the other boys, obviously coming across from Union?
Oh, mate, 100%. Yeah. Stepping... Actually, it's quite funny. My first ever wrestle session... was in the bye week when I joined the team last year when I joined the team late, and there was a couple of guys training, and the 2 that I started my first wrestle session with was Jared, mate, and Dylan Napa.
Oh, great,
mate, and I still to this day I still remember when they're on I had the ball and they're on top of me, and just the techniques that they were doing I didn't even knew existed.
Right.
But mate, just it's hard, like just getting elbows and.
Are they putting you through your paces a bit as well? Like,
yeah,
you know
like
what I mean? Are they sort of like
taking
testing the rugby guy coming over? Was there any of that sort of shit?
100%. Like it's not like they're going to take it easy on me.
No.
But obviously they're very, like, they're great guys. Wanted to help me.
Yeah.
But they helped me by
hurting you.
By hurting me. So it was eye opening, and like still to this day I'm still trying to get all the techniques and just trying to build the habit of it, which is which will come after, I guess, more and more practice.
You played league growing up though, eh?
Yeah.
So it's not like you're completely new to the game.
No.
But it's obviously also, I imagine, not the same as playing when you're 14.
Exactly.
What's the
under 14s and first grade rugby?
Yeah. I imagine they're not the same.
NRL.
No. Okay, good to know. Just wanted to clear that up. That was my question. Are they the same?
Yeah.
How have you found the transition back? Like, what's it been like? Has it been a struggle? Is it? I know they're different, but like for someone who's a professional athlete, how vast is the difference?
No, it's been good. I guess I've been fortunate that I've the team that I've joined, they've worked with other guys that have have either come in from having a stint away, and Robbo's a smart man, so he's been able to help me adapt to the game really quickly, but also just the help from all the other players around me. And myself watching some of those players, like seeing Toops every day, and when I was first joined, like Joe Manu, so it was I guess it was easy because I had so much around me to help me transition quickly. So
because coming in mid-season as well, that's also a bit different, hey? Like you sort of you join the team before you even have a pre-season.
Yeah.
Was that like coming in at the back end of the year? What was the experience there?
Yeah, I guess it was pretty cool.
Coming into a hot team.
Yeah, like superstars and
Pre-league final.
Yeah. But I guess, like you said, it was the first like couple of weeks was tough. Just trying to get used to the new system and all the different shapes and everything, and just the rugby league game itself. Coming from a union, like where we run totally different lineouts and scrums like that. So, the first few weeks was a bit difficult, just trying to understand it all. But like I said, just the people around me made it easier and enjoyable.
You talk about shape. Would you go home and have to do homework to like remember all the different calls and shape and
no,
like when you came into that side, halfway through the season, everything's dialed, everything's humming.
Yeah,
you just got to be up all night, just like knocking.
Are there playbooks and shit?
Well, not necessarily playbooks, but like. It's definitely like some paperwork.
Yeah, right.
That if you needed to go back and have a look, like I would you bring your own notepad and write it down. And
I've seen that actually in a few docos. Like you've all got notepads.
Yeah, just so you can take it down what you don't know, and sometimes if you write it down, it's easier to
for sure
to remember.
And it's written. I can't read his handwriting. He can read his handwriting.
There you go.
Well, no one can read mine.
No one can read yours. But if you'd written
so
I
wouldn't be in charge of writing down the notes for the players.
Like, we'd need AI to decipher your handwriting. It's like hieroglyphs, the Rosetta Stone.
Yeah,
anyway,
Duboglyphs.
And how does your first game? How quickly after you came over did you play? Like it was pretty quick, eh?
Oh, I don't know. I played 3 cup games, and then
you got on and scored in the first 2 seconds, and gave Paul McEnnis a nightmare as he tried to call your name.
Mick's like, you got to be fucking.
Mick's like, I've been practicing this name all day, and then you get in there and score the first try of the game. And he's like, Mark's gone in there with a debutante's gone over.
Yeah.
That must have been pretty cool though, like a pretty mad feeling just to get on there and do it. And it was a good try as well, like you've jumped up above everyone.
Yeah, it was I keep saying, I've said it, it's probably one of the best moments in my life.
Sick.
Obviously with all the transition stuff, I took a big risk like doing it, but I guess part of the transition was seeing myself doing things like that. I guess the high ball contest is part of both games, rugby union and rugby league, that I enjoy. So being able to do that straight away, was a good moment, like a good feel moment. because I remember like again the year before, just having the conversation with Robbo about how it could look, and then to actually do it, and then with my my fam in the crowd, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
When did you start having conversations with Robbo about a potential switch?
Look, pretty early on. Like when I say early on, a year out from my
departure,
a year. Sorry, when you have a contract, you usually negotiate a year out.
Year in advance,
yeah. So it was early 2023 World Cup year.
Mm-hmm.
And I still had another 2024 with the Waratahs, but I was one day I just had a conversation at Robbo's house with him early, like February, I think. So February till November. Till after World Cup.
Mm.
So I spoke to Robbo early on, had a little chat there. That's where it kind of started. Then I kind of did the union TAR season, World Cup season, and then it wasn't until I got back to World Cup where it kind of heated up a bit more, and it all happened.
When you go to his house, does it feel like an interview to you, or is it relaxed, or are you just shitting your pants the whole time?
Pretty much shitting my pants the whole time. I still remember I was bloody nervous. It's Trent Robinson, premiership winning. Yeah, Sydney Roosters coach. So
at his house.
But
Did he cook for you?
No, I was during the days.
You didn't have red wine and the Brandon Smith
that's the Brandon Smith treatment. Just a little combo. But he made me feel welcome and eased it up. So which was good. But it was definitely a cool experience.
Was there much deliberation for you in your mind? Like, were you torn making that decision, or was it something where you were like, this is 100% what I'm going to, like, if everything makes sense, this is what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Going to rugby league here.
No, I definitely like, there was always a part of me that was like union as well. There's never a moment where I was always completely one. So it was a very tough decision. Yeah. I had a few things going on in my life that I had to think about, and I guess it just the timing and the way everything worked out, it was the choice to make. So,
do you guys train? Waratahs and Roosters train like around the same area, right? Or used to
Tars
like
moved,
right next. Tars moved down to Daceville.
How long ago? So, like, I mean, were you guys still training in the same place? Was he like eyeing you off?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He,
so it was like the girl next door sort of stuff where it's like, oh, damn.
Well, go give that guy my number.
Punters and Dribblers, we are brought to you by 4 Pines Japanese Lager. You know where I'm going to be this Saturday, Ed? 4 Pines Park, drinking 4 Pines Japanese Lager, enjoying a Manly Seagulls humping of the Cowboys. All possible thanks to our good friends at 4 Pines Japanese Lager.
That's right. And we might also, Tom, go to 4 Pines at Brookvale before the game. This is obviously baby pending, and have a couple en route, son.
Of course
have a couple en route.
Of course we will. There's only one drink to drink if you enjoy your rugby league football, and that is 4 Pines Japanese Lager. Go get a case, go get a six-pack from wherever you get your beers.
Oi, Neds. It's your old mate Eddie Simps over here. How good was that bet I had on the weekend, bro? You loved it. I know you did. I know the traders loved it. They saw Eddie Simpson loves the Raiders 13 plus. What a man. What a mighty good man. 525? What are we talking about? That's just eyes up footy.
Listen, I am in no position
Did share it too, to the About Even group and to my pros.
Well, so you should.
Yeah, but I did.
Because if people want to follow along with our bets this season 2025, obviously you watch About Even, but also you're on the Neds app because you're a fan of Tom.
We need to do both.
You got to do both. And you can follow along and see our bets on our profiles or in the About Even group, which is the largest group on there.
By country mile.
Yeah.
And country miles are longer than your traditional miles.
That's why it's a saying.
They're way longer.
That's why it's a saying.
And like that's why Neds is better than your traditional bookies.
Shout out to Neds.
Oh, fuck yeah.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
What do you think then was the thing that sealed the deal? Like what was the overriding reason that you went to rugby league?
Oh, I guess I've said this a couple of times now, but for me, I felt like I achieved quite a bit in the union side of it. So, you know, I was fortunate enough to obviously, you know, Waratahs, but Wallabies, make my debut for the Wallabies, and then go to the World Cup. So I was, you know, I kind of felt like I've done quite a bit in the union side. And then a big thing is timing. So, you know, footy doesn't last forever. And I guess league's always been a part of my life. And I was kind of like, oh, you know, when should I do it kind of thing.
So you always thought about doing it?
Yeah, I've always thought about doing it. And I guess this opportunity that came up, you know, first of all, the Sydney Roosters.
Yeah.
We aren't talking West Tigers here.
It's pretty hard to look past them. So obviously, Sydney Roosters are there. I'm 24 now. You know, so if I signed a couple of years, what's that? I'll be 26. You know, if I didn't sign and I changed up if I'm 26, a bit older.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like
For sure.
So yeah, a bit of a timing thing, and obviously like the club itself, Sydney Roosters, like.
Well, they're a glamour club. You're a glamour signing at a glamour club. It's
pretty cool. Yeah, and obviously want to be a part of, you know, their culture and I guess their success. So, you know, hopefully I can get some more success for them and with them. Yeah.
Was there a lot of pressure then, being a glamour signing at a glamour club? Like, did you feel?
Say glamour,
our words. You
know, our words. Are you like anxious about your first game? Like, how was your emotion, you know, leading into the first match? Like from months out. Are you confident? Are you comfortable, or is it a bit of a wig out?
No, I'm definitely. I wouldn't say I think about it too much. Like, I'm definitely like confident, and for me, it was more so just about like, you know, proving that I can do it. Obviously, like I said, you know, the risk of making the transition. You know, I knew I was going to have a lot of people who didn't believe in me. But for me, it was more so the people that were in the club. So for me, I was just like, you know, I wanted to prove to my other teammates that I can do a job for them. And, you know, that Robbo and the Roosters just haven't signed just another union.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, another
a disgruntled union guy.
Yeah, like that. No, exactly. I wanted to show them that.
Yeah. Well, you're only good in union, mate.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You wanted to show everyone that you're a glamour signing at a glamour club.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Our words.
Our words.
Yeah. So I wanted to prove I can play.
Can do it. Can mix it. I always find it's funny because like we ask questions from the perspective of like unconfident, unathletic males, right? And so like when you're like, yeah, were you like nervous to play? Like, not really. Like, look at the size of me. I'm fucking. Did you see me slam dunk on Instagram the other day? Like,
3 times.
I'm not worried.
Yeah,
you're worried.
You're worried because you can't get out of bed without back pain, mate.
Yeah. Your feet hurt for some reason when you wake up. Like you're not an athlete, dude. Relax. That's my life anyway. But how was it received in rugby? Like, or How long did you, out from leaving rugby, was the decision made? I can't even remember the timeline of it.
Like a year, like a whole year.
But so like we knew about it long before you actually left, hey?
Before your final season of the Tars.
Yeah, it was before my final season of the Tars. And
brain is warped.
Yeah. It was a bit on, but
how was that? What was the vibe like from rugby? They obviously would have been a bit flat about it, I imagine.
Well, like, I guess, you know, my teammates.
Did they sign Suoliti already?
Yeah.
Did that kind of did that have anything to do with your decision making?
No, it's a totally different kind of like that's his. You know what I mean? Like
sure. I guess I just wasn't. Well, does it change anything for you? Like when you're hearing they're signing like a rugby league guy who hasn't really played union.
Yeah.
Does that does that come into the negotiation process at all? I guess.
Not really, because they can still sign me.
Okay, so right. No, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Well, I guess sometimes I just think the way maybe rugby union is described is like they've got enough money for one player. And so like, I'm not, you know, kind of like that. So like if you hear him sort of emptying the coffers on Suoliti, whether it's sort of like, hey, listen, we'd love you to stay.
Is there money left for a glamour?
A glamour signing here.
Yeah.
So no, that was the answer.
No, not really, no. It's, I guess you're all individually looked at, judged.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, not really.
But the vibe, how was the vibe generally then when you left? Were they?
What?
Did Phil Waugh have you to his house? Did you go to Phil Waugh's house for?
No, we had a meeting though. We did have a meeting, but no, look, for the most part, yeah, it was, it was what it was. You know, I made the decision. Obviously, yeah, they were, they would have liked it the other way around, but yeah, I guess that's just what happened, and there's no love lost. I was at the Waratahs game, just the first round.
Yeah, mate, good game that one.
Yeah, it was good.
Boys got it done.
Got a dub. And I get a lot of support from all my ex-teammates and ex-coaches. So, yeah, I don't think there's any love lost there.
Yeah, sure.
Does Suaalii, does he seek your guidance when he's made the transition to the Tars? Obviously, you've been there.
Look, when I first got to the Roosters and he was still around, we had some conversations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But no, for the most part, no. He knows what he's doing, I guess.
Yeah.
He goes all right.
They're all athletes.
He's all right. Yeah.
These guys are all.
It's
athletes.
we'd be on the blower non-stop. I know we keep inserting ourselves.
Yeah.
I'll be like, mate, what do
I have to do? How do I play?
Yeah, exactly.
I want to ask about a bit more Wallaby stuff as well, but you're an Under Armour athlete, which is one of the reasons that we're obviously having a yarn today.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about what's going on between you and Under Armour and where it's all at?
Yeah, I guess obviously been fortunate enough to be with Under Armour for 2 years now, and I guess we're looking at continuing that relationship, and I'm looking to sign on with them for a couple more years now, and yeah, I guess they've been a great part of my life, only a short time, but the love and the support they've shown me and my family, to help me get to where I am, but to like I said, support me on the field wherever I am.
Yeah.
It's been great, and I guess that's why we're looking at continuing this relationship.
And they're I was reading the press release before, but the boots, the Under Armour boots that you're rocking, is there a special name there? I just forgive my brain.
Magnetic.
The UA Magnetico Elite 4s. That sounds pretty hot.
Yeah, they look hot as well.
Yeah.
Round one.
Round one.
Have a look at
what colour? No, okay.
Wait,
No.
Can I say it?
Well,
nah, I'll say it. They're going to be some nice red pair. Go with the Roosters red.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
when you're I guess you're getting sponsored. Eddie and I, again, not to insert ourselves, not sponsored athletically in any way.
Billabong looked at us.
Billabong looked at us, but then they saw me try surf and they pulled the deal. But are you, when you're like a young kid and then, your dreams start to come true and you're starting to play professionally, and then it's, oh shit, you're getting a contract, or you start maybe with a manager, and then it's like, and then you start having brands as big as Under Armour start coming and knocking on the door. Like, that must be quite a surreal feeling. Like,
yeah. Man, it's pretty cool. Like even to this day, getting a pair of boots from them, it's pretty crazy, man. Growing up, every time I get an order or boots come in and it gets sent to home, Mum gets a bit emotional sometimes.
I can imagine,
mate. There were days where we'd have one pair for I'd have one pair for 3 years.
Really?
Kind of thing. And it's, now she looks and she's like, son, this is amazing.
Yeah.
You're getting all this stuff now.
It would be a complete.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. That must be a cool feeling to be able to share that with your parents as well.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I don't want to boast my shoes or anything, but I don't remember the last time I bought a pair of shoes now. That's
wild. No,
because of the cool partnerships you make. And yeah, as a young kid, you always see the superstars and you're always checking out what they're wearing. And I guess growing up and coming through, I was always figuring out what would it be like to finally get a sponsor and I guess you know, to be able to live that and be a part of, you know, such a great brand as Under Armour, mate, it's pretty damn cool.
Yeah,
That's sick.
making dreams.
Who were your who were your heroes growing up?
Where do I start? I know where I will start. Israel Folau.
Yeah.
He was a big one for me. For everyone, he kind of just, you know, especially when he came over to Union, you know, the game kind of blew up a bit more.
Big time.
Yeah, and then they won it 2014 as well, the Tars. So, mate, he was great to watch. See, SBW, everyone loved SBW.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Shots on.
Yeah. Benji Marshall, mate, I could rattle off a few.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in the inner west, like Burwood.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
So I grew up playing in the Balmain district for league. Leichhardt Wanderers. It's a throwback. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Were you a Tigers fan growing up?
I was.
Yeah.
I was. So not anymore though, Roosters.
No. Of course. not.
Of course.
You're an easy team to not.
When were you, so you were 24, so when were you born? 2000?
2000. Yeah.
2000.
2000.
So you were 5 when they won.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you remember that or a bit too early?
A bit too early.
Yeah.
You were
Like
born in the
vaguely.
year 2000. Fuck, that's wild. I know that, like, this is making me sound like an old fuck.
Yeah, do you look at us as old as fuck?
Do you think we look like similar age to you? Sort of.
Mate, 100%.
There you go. No, that's right. I'm just
Right.
trying to.
Well, that's on the public record.
That's cool. We'll clip that up. Don't cut to Eddie's grey beard or the bags under my eyes, but we look.
Don't punch in on that.
No, don't punch in on any of that. But Mark sees us as equals.
Yeah.
From an age perspective.
Yeah.
So, you're too young to remember 2005. Benji Marshall, you've obviously seen replays, but essentially, up until you signed as a Rooster, you lived your life as a rugby league fan in misery.
Well, I'll stop you there. When was the last time they made the finals?
2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the last time I saw them.
All right.
So I wasn't. Yeah, I was actually a Rooster supporter. My high school,
Oh, okay.
Because they'll win and everything.
pretty much. But, no, actually, one of my best mates is a massive Rooster supporter.
Yeah. Well, the 13 side was pretty good.
Yeah. SPW.
Yeah, exactly.
Minacello. Yeah.
We're
Roger.
Manly fans, so we're obviously devastated with 2013. We've scrubbed it from our memories.
We've scrubbed it. It's been scrubbed. Wiped from the brain. Watch Supercharged Super Rugby live and on demand on Stan Sport. Stan Sport is your one-stop shop for live coverage of every match of the Super Rugby Pacific, plus exclusive minis, highlights, and weekly rugby shows hosted by Wallabies legends Matt Burke, Morgan Turanui, Tim Horan, and more.
That's damn right, Tom. The only place to watch all the action, ad-free, live, and on demand is on Stan Sport. Add Stan Sport to your Stan subscription for just $15 a month. Head to stan.com.au/sport now.
What was a World Cup experience like? And was it the Eddie Jones, at the ill-fated Eddie Jones World Cup? I'm not asking you to. I'm just.
But it was.
Was it that one?
Yeah. Man, obviously it wasn't the best World Cup for us. But personally, like as a player, and as a rugby fan, mate, it was one of the best things I've ever been a part of.
I can imagine.
Just to be able to do it. I guess in France.
Such a sick country to have it in.
And especially at the moment, like the rugby over there is thriving. So the support they had and the support we had, just staying in a small little town and people getting around it was pretty cool. But the cool thing was obviously it's in France, but all the countries that are around it that love rugby, everyone would just come over. So it was literally packed every day. People from everywhere in the world. It was just cool to be a part of.
For sure.
Was there any fun memories you've got from that World Cup of how Eddie would try to get you up and about for games?
Yeah, what was he like as a coach?
Are they bringing in old players? Are they showing you like old footage of Australia? Like what's the... they try to instill a sense of national pride. How does he go about it?
We definitely had some ex-players come in. We had Tim Horan come in for our Georgia game, I think it was. Oh, no, sorry. We had Michael Liner before at Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
Which was pretty cool. First time I met him, and he's a great man. And obviously, his sons are doing pretty well at the moment as well.
Is one of his sons playing for England, or have I made that up?
Italy.
Italy.
He's playing for Italy.
Isn't there a former
son.
Australian player whose son is playing for England? If it's not Michael Liner, it's someone else. I made that up. I swear there was someone.
I think you're making that up.
I think maybe you got Italy
off the top of my head.
confused.
That's all right.
It might be Italy. But yeah, he's a great man. Yeah, so he obviously, before the games, he'd try and bring some old players that I think he would have coached as well, some of them. But no, he's Eddie. Man, I to be honest, I loved Eddie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I had a really good relationship with him, and
You were the best player in the team, so I'm surprised he fucking loved you.
well, it helps when he's picking you. So it was
Scoring all the tries.
but yeah, no, look, I enjoyed Eddie. Obviously, he had a different way of doing things.
Was there anything in particular with that? Because you hear that he's a bit different. And again, this isn't a question to try and have you talk shit here. Is it what was something? Is there anything different where you're like, oh wow, this is a different cat, or like?
I guess just the way he wanted us to play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just some coaches are really strict with a system and do this, do that in terms of having a system. I guess with Eddie, it was kind of he didn't really have certain. It was off the cuff, kind of he wants us to play off the cuff.
Yeah.
But it was a bit. Yeah, understanding it was a bit tough for some boys.
Yes.
So
it was that though. It wasn't like he was coming in he wasn't like a weirdo. You know what I mean? It wasn't. It was just the style.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No, he was not at all. He's he trained us hard.
Yep.
I guess everyone knew that beforehand as well. He used to go off at a lot of players in the past, not now.
Oh, okay.
Apparently he tempered down, so
he'd reined it in.
Yeah, he reined it in quite a bit, which was good.
What's Robbo likes to coach? Just in terms of, not trying to compare him, but just Robbo generally, is he someone who has a blow up in him? Is he?
Yeah.
That sounded like you were scared. Then you're like you've seen it.
Well, but you would be.
Robbo's a great coach as well. He's very good at getting out what he wants from players, or how can I say that? He reminds me of Dave Rennie.
Oh yeah,
really?
Very, very smart. Technically the game, very smart, but he's quite calm and we'll talk footy in a calm manner, but then he has a side to him where he will help get the best out of you. Which is what I've found at the moment, especially for me, moving into a different position. Just that the help that I've got from him and the way to look at the game. It's been really good.
On Dave Rennie, was that a massive shock, or had you heard rumblings that he was going to get replaced for the World Cup, or was that just blindsided everyone?
Well, not necessarily a shock, but because there was already stuff going on, a lot of talk about him and his role there at the time, in terms of I think that the boys weren't doing as good. I'm not really too sure.
Does he talk to the players before he leaves, or is it just sort of you just don't hear from him again? You know what I mean?
That's a good point. It's a good question.
This is 2 years ago now.
I can't remember what I ate for breakfast this morning.
What did Dave Rennie say the day he left? Oh, fuck, dude, I don't know. Play for the Roosters now.
Yeah.
No, I think we didn't hear anything. Just kind of when everyone else found out, we found out.
Yeah, right.
Interesting. They don't let the players know at all.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes, yeah. Well, most of the time that happens, actually.
Yeah, it just happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
Even
find
last year as well, Eddie.
Well,
not last year, sorry, the year before. Eddie,
I feel like we were hearing about Eddie. It was hey, dude, are you on the phone to Japan again? He's like, no.
We keep hearing you having meetings with Japan.
We can't help it. You're having meetings in Japan. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you in Japan, Eddie? I'm not in Japan. I've just signed with Japan. Fuck, dude. You just told us.
Yeah.
Shout out to Eddie. Centre position has always been something. Again, haven't played rugby league professionally.
Haven't you, mate?
No, I haven't. But the defending in the centre position is super difficult.
Yeah.
What's the experience like trying to get your head around that? Like, how difficult is it?
On the early days of in preseason, it was tough. But it's more so just the more reps I did. At the Roosters, we have a way of doing, defensively things our own way. So early on, just trying to get used to that was a bit tough. But now after multiple days of repping it out and doing it, I've got a lot of confidence and I feel quite comfortable in it. So
is there an element of picking things up naturally? You hear always about, in terms of defence at centre, you got to be able to read plays really well.
Yeah.
Does that come naturally, or can you just train your brain on that? Do you need an instinct for it? Do you think? Like Stephen Crichton seems to have an instinct almost as to what teams are running.
No, look, I think it would help if you had an instinct, but if you do enough of it, I reckon you could definitely pick it up.
You're thinking of defending in the centres, are you, mate?
Yeah.
I'd love to have an instinct for it, Tom. That's what I'm imagining myself defending in the centres for Manly and just having an instinct.
Yeah. You left or right centre?
At the moment, I'm left.
Left.
Yeah.
And what is there plans to move to the right?
Well, no, just like
that's where you are currently.
Yeah, if you need me to play on the right, I'll play on the right.
Well, listen, I don't need you to do anything because you're a Roosters player, and I just need you to lose against Manly. That's all I need.
Who's your winger likely to be?
Toops.
Toops, yeah. So,
Daniel Tupou.
Do you have conversations about jamming in?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
And do you say, do not jam in, bro? For the love of God.
No, that's if he goes, he goes.
Because when we're watching games of footy, it seems like the wingers just jam in,
almost instinctively,
almost with reckless abandon.
Yeah,
maybe that's because they've read it wrong, so they don't have the instinct, or they haven't done enough reps.
Listen,
there you go.
Yeah, so that's what we're thinking. Because one of the great, we contend that if you put the brightest minds on the face of the earth towards the task of working out why wingers just jam in defence all the time, they wouldn't even be able to work it out. So the fact that you don't know either in essence is, it speaks to our hypothesis being correct.
Well, it speaks to it being, the problem of our time.
Yeah, it is. Exactly. The rugby league problem of our time. Craig Bellamy even said to us yesterday, he doesn't know how to fix it. He's the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the go with the Roosters this year? Obviously, again, trial form matters little. Manly also lost on the weekend, so But how is trial form perceived within the club? Because we've spoken about this the other day. Actually, I think it's you're not playing your full strength sides. You're still working on combinations. It obviously doesn't mean as much because you're just trying to work everything out. But then when you get humped, are you the vibes must still be flat. No one's going to be happy after a heavy loss.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone that gets a few points on them, obviously there's something not right there.
Yeah.
But for us, like you said, it's a trial. But at the same time, we know what we can do. So it's just a bad day, I guess.
Just a bad day.
And it's a long 27 rounds to go. So we've got some time to fix what we need to. There's no obviously might be a little bit of confidence dropped a little bit, but it'll pick right back up because, like I said, we know what we can do, and there's plenty of time to fix any discrepancies.
Things that need to be done.
Yeah,
we when this comes out, a couple of rounds at least, or maybe one round will have been played of rugby league football. So we are in the past a little bit here, but on the weekend, rugby league held its collective breath when they saw you go down with one of the greatest cramps a man's ever suffered. We thought this may kill him. This guy might be the first guy to die.
Die of cramp.
Die of cramp in a trial, and I believe the ambulance and the Westpac chopper were waved off, but there was a period there where we thought it might have been the end. Yeah, well, what happened?
Glad to know you're thinking of me like that. I appreciate the support there. Yeah, look, mate. Just some cramps. Just like, mate, the cramps of doom. These are the worst things I've ever had.
Just good old fashioned rugby league cramps.
Yeah, just trying to get used to. Obviously, in the heat up in Gosford, you know, it's warm up there, so that took a hit.
Did you know it was a cramp? Like, obviously, you knew. Did you think it was something worse because of how bad it was, or are you just like, this is just a hectic cramp?
No, I just knew it was a hectic cramp, but like, yeah, there was a moment where I did think, is this worse than a cramp? Because
what have I done here?
like, it wasn't moving. Like, it was it kept going.
Yeah.
And kept going. And even the physio, like at one point he was like punching my calf.
Trying to just get this thing to chill.
But it was locked in there and I'm just like, yeah, I thought I was gone.
Are you when you're getting carried off, are you aware of how that is going to look on TV?
What do the boys give you shit?
Yeah, I'm actually glad that there hasn't been any footage yet, but
we'll find it. We'll edit it in the
we'll
video.
be cutting it
I said
up,
Yeah, we'll find it.
yeah. Oh man, just you can hear the laughs of the crowd. Yeah, I kind of got picked up and from, you know, I don't know. I was like it was like a crane. Someone was trying to pick me up and
carry you off.
Yeah, carry me off, and I'm there cramping and carrying on. So if there's any footage, it will be some. Quality.
Listen, we'll put the boys to work to try and.
Tommy told that we're gonna get
that's
him
the
on
rest
go.
of his day is dedicated to finding that footage. Mate, thanks a lot for coming in. It's been nice. We did meet you at that cricket. The charity cricket game briefly, where we thought we were pushing into the line by accident.
Oh, we did.
Well, we did push in.
No,
we didn't mean to push in.
Yeah.
You know, did you? I mean, you may not have been. I'm assuming you weren't aware of this, but you know where the cricket where we saw you.
Yeah,
there's a big line for the canteen, and we didn't realise, and we've just walked straight to the front and pushed in. And some guys have said to us like, "Oh, you fucking think you big dogs are? You just pushing in the front of the line." And it was like.
Because we imagine there's 100 people in the line. We cut in at like person 10, so we took a fucking big chunk.
And then some guys like said it to us, and we were just like, "Oh my god, this is the most embarrassing." There's nothing worse than cutting a line. Like I think if you're a line cutter, you're a piece of shit.
Massively, but in our defence, everyone was facing the wrong way watching the cricket, so it threw us off.
It did. Anyway, listen, that's a story for another day. It's not your
told
problem.
it.
We've told it already. There's a story from fucking 2 years ago. Mate, thanks for coming in, though. Good to probably sit down and have a chat.
Yeah,
Good luck for the season. And, mate, we'll see you around, I'm sure, somewhere.
appreciate it. Thanks.
Good
for
luck,
having me,
mate.
guys.
All the best.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, go Manly, baby.
Yeah.
Could you two just not talk anymore?